What's up, team? Welcome back to This Week in Things I Care About for the week of June 20th, 2026. So, the week prior to June 20th, 2026. If you've never watched an episode of this, it's just me talking about the things that I care about from the week leading up to today's date. And today is Saturday, June 20th, 2026. And then sometimes I'll talk about things that I'm excited about for the upcoming week and moving on as well. But today it's a pretty tame week coming off of Summer Game Fest and the surrounding video game news from 2 weeks ago. This week ended up being relatively tame, but we do have some things that I want to talk about. So the first thing that I want to talk about is MSI. So I really like professional League of Legends, though I have been watching it less recently, just because I've had other things going on. But I will watch MSI. It's the second sort of big international tournament of the year for League of Legends. And so we have the qualified teams for MSI, and we know who's going to be playing. So there's going to be two teams from every region outside of Brazil, which just has the one team. And so those teams are going to be G2 and Carmine Corps from LEC, which is Europe. From the LCP, we have Team Secret and then a team that I've never heard of before. And then from LPL, which is China, we have Top Esports and BLG. None of these are particularly surprising outside of DCG so far. Furia from Brazil, who is obviously a great Brazilian team, used to be part of the LTA when that was a thing last year, the League of the Americas. Now Brazil and LCS have split up again. From the LCK, which is South Korea, we have HLE and T1. And then from the LCS, which is North America, we have Lion, who has been on an absolute tear this year. Kind of came out of nowhere. They weren't a particularly strong team, but then they picked up MVP, Inspired, and a couple of other really great players, and they've been absolutely dominating. And so they are the first seed for North America, and then Team Liquid being the second seed. So this is a pretty stacked tournament. The sort of the consequence of MSI is that the first place team automatically is qualified for Worlds as long as they otherwise would have been in contention to qualify for Worlds, which gives their region an extra spot at the World Championships. And then the second place region, the second best performing region, also gets a spot at an extra spot at the World Championships. So for play-ins, which is going to be the first set of games starting, I believe, next week, Saturday, is T1 versus Team Liquid. That's going to be a banger early series. It is double elimination, so whichever team loses does get a second chance. The whole tournament is double elimination, best of 5, and Carmine Corps, and then Relove Deep Cross, who I don't know anything about really. Should be an interesting one as well. We kind of get to get our first look at that team. So MSI, very exciting. We're going to start watching that next week. We'll get a kind of an idea of what the power rankings are for the different regions going into the back half of the year, the summer split leading up to the World Championship this year. The next thing that I want to talk about is my own channel. We do have a couple of new videos from this week. The first one is a Spider Noir review that I did early on in the week, and kind of just giving my thoughts on that. I finished it a little bit late. I didn't watch it right when it came out, but I did want to give my thoughts on it. So I did a review of Spider Noir. And then I also did a gameplay demo of Order of the Sinking Star, which is a game that I'm really, really, really looking forward to. Probably one of my most anticipated games ever. A puzzle game by Jonathan Blow, the creator of Braid and The Witness. I personally think The Witness is like one of the greatest puzzle games of all time. So this is very exciting. We got to play through the demo. By the end of it, I was so sad that I had to stop playing it because I was just having such a blast playing the game. It looks absolutely insane, and I cannot wait to play it. We don't have a release date yet, but it is coming this year, is all that we know about the game. Next thing I want to talk about is Toy Story 5. I went and saw Toy Story 5 opening night, and I did a review, which ended up being over 2.5 hours long. I am certainly not going to rehash everything I said in the review here, but based on the title of my video, you can tell I absolutely hated Toy Story 5. So, I say it in the video. I've told people that I know, if you don't want to watch me being really negative about something, please don't watch this video. It's literally me just hating this movie for 2.5 hours. So I completely understand if it's not something that you want to watch or listen to. I certainly would avoid that kind of content normally. So, but I did want to give my honest thoughts on it because I thought it was important to say, how I really felt. Uh, there is something about, being honest about your opinions about things that you care about, so that hopefully you can make a change, and make those things better in the future. And if there's enough of a negative reaction to Toy Story 5, maybe we'll get some turnaround moving forward. I doubt it because I think the movie's going to make like $1.5 billion, but it is what it is. So that's my review of Toy Story 5 on the channel. And then last thing, we kind of got a surprise drop. I mean, we kind of knew this was coming, but we kind of got a surprise drop of the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, the new trailer, with some kind of updates to the plot and story. I'm trying to keep myself in the dark about this movie as much as possible, but I'm also not going to skip the trailers if they're coming out. Like, I want to see what's going on. But for me, some of the most interesting portions of this trailer are the fact that we kind of get this tease that, as you can see there, that Peter's gaining sort of organic spider abilities. We also get this, in-universe explanation as to why Smart Hulk has reverted to Bruce Banner. He's got some device that sort of mutes it. It makes mutations not work. Basically, it's like a silencer for mutations, which I think will probably become relevant very soon when mutants become the driving force of the story after Doomsday. And we also get some more footage of Spider-Man doing his thing. We know that Frank Castle is in the movie. He just got his own little sort of short film on Disney Plus, and he's going to be coming back in this film as well. Obviously, a lot of the movie is going to be about Peter's struggle with the fact that MJ and Ned and everyone else, for that matter, have no idea who he is, and how he's going to sort of reconcile with that information. And then we also have this we have Hulk, but we also have a new villain who I actually don't know much about, if anything. So that's kind of where I'm trying to keep myself in the dark as much as possible. And then we get sort of a retread of the iconic Spider-Man cover art shots at the end of the trailer, which I think are really cool. And I'm glad that they're doing those. Obviously, the hand is going to play a big part in this movie as well. But other than that, it's kind of tough to see how all of these disparate elements are going to come together. But we can imagine kind of how it's going to go. Obviously, Hulk Spider-Man is going to be a crazy fight. So, yeah, very exciting. Spider-Man Brand New Day coming very, very soon. So, we'll be posting a review of that, and really excited to watch it as well. And then the last thing I want to mention, Supergirl comes out next week on Thursday night, Friday. I haven't decided if I'm going to watch it yet. And one of the reasons that I haven't decided if I'm going to watch it yet is because I'm not going to be in my normal home. I'm going to be flying back to be staying with my family on the West Coast starting on the 23rd, so Tuesday. And so I won't be in my normal setup. And also, I am trying to save money. So I don't know if I'm going to go to see the movie or not, but I might. It depends. If there's like people at home that want to go see it, I'll probably go see it with them. But otherwise, I may save it and just watch it when it comes out on streaming later. I'm like particularly huge fan of the new DC universe or Supergirl. So, but I figured I would mention it just because it's like a really big piece of entertainment that's going to be coming out very soon. So, as I mentioned, I'm not going to be in my normal setup next week. So this week and things I care about will be done from my phone. I'll just find a place to set it up. I won't have the ability to flip through my desktop or do any of my text graphics or anything like that. So it'll just be me talking to the camera, which is fine. And it very likely won't have much in it, but I want to try to be consistent and do it every Saturday. So just expect that next week it's not going to be quite the same video as it is this week and last week as well. That's it for me in This Week in Things I Care About for the week of June 20th, 2026. A couple exciting things, some new developments, but overall, kind of a quiet week, all things considered. Either way, thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.